This is the Ballad of Bloody Bones mission for the House of Ballads faction.
Does it have something to do with period sex?
Period sex. I didn't... My second time through, I quit listening to all the cutscenes.
So you did listen to him once?
The main quests and the War Sword. I did. But I have not been listening to this one as I've been recording.
Okay.
And I liked it a lot my first time through.
Good story.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Good
It's
voice actors.
Yeah, I mean, it's as good as...
I mean, are there characters that, like, you know the whole time through, or are you always meeting new people?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Do you remember in the demo, there was that dude that I liked because he was drunk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sticks with you through the entire game, and then there's this other chick that shows up a lot throughout the entire game, and I think even this guy right here. I don't remember who he is. Anyway, so what's kind of interesting about this too is a lot of these areas are kind of locked off specifically for these faction quests. And if you're trying to get 100%, one of the things they have to do is get all of those lore stones, which you probably saw a couple of them in the last video. If you get all the lore stones in an area, you get another boost to all your stats. They're very minor things, even compared to like Twists of Fate, that, it'll be like, plus 5% damage to a very specific enemy type, mm-hmm. or plus a small percent energy regeneration, or mana regeneration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during that entire last mission, there was 5 of them in that area. And I don't think you can even go to any of the zones in that, like, cave if you're not on this quest.
Oh.
So it's not like you can't go back to it if you miss them, but to unlock some of the doors, you have to be on that quest in the first place.
You can't just explore it there.
Right. Which is kind of strange because I can see it being frustrating, especially with some of the factions, like joining the factions in the first place. Like, how the hell do I join the Dark Brotherhood? Mm-hmm. Right? So this is one of the weird things about this game. The camera angles get fucking screwy sometimes.
And can you control the height of the camera?
No control of the height of the camera. It's this fixed, really close in angle, which I don't... I mean, I understand it. I understand why they do it this way. But there are quite a few times throughout the game that I notice, like, if I stand still and kind of look up when I'm not in combat, everything's completely designed above me. But you spend the entire game kind of looking down like this, and you have no appreciation for anything that's above you. Mm-hmm. And there's some, like, huge areas that, like, you just would never have noticed the amazing architecture or design that they put into it, or how really epic of an area you're really in. So I guess I didn't talk about the way these fate shifts work. After you build up that purple bar, you pull left and right trigger. It slows time down, makes you do extra damage to everybody that you're attacking when you're in that mode. And then after you've quote unquote killed everybody, or after you do enough damage to anybody when you're in that mode that you take them down to 0 health, they kind of collapse and have that flashing A over them, which means that they're ready to be fate shifted, I guess. And
fatality'd?
Yeah, basically. And after you've taken out everybody, you can fatality one person, and then everybody that you had killed in the fate shift mode. Wow, swing and a miss with that magic. You get bonus XP. Like, I think 100% extra. So if you're in like a huge fight, like, you know that there's just a ton of dudes, sometimes it's worth using the fate shift mode just to get a lot of extra experience. And it regenerates pretty quickly, so it's not only in a few situations is it really worth saving. Mm-hmm. And even in those situations, if you have to like revert to a checkpoint, it's not too hard to like leave the area, build it back up, and go back.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should talk about saving in this game. The autosave is not that good. I would not rely on it. I would get in the habit of saving frequently on your own. Just going into the menu, hitting start, up, 3 times, up. That's save, and then save really quickly. It's not great. Especially like if you think like a big boss fight's coming up, save, because there's a good chance you'll have to go back to the beginning of the cave or something like that and have to redo the whole thing. And you can save at any point when you're not in combat. Left on the D-pad uses a health potion if you have it. Right on the D-pad uses a mana potion if you need it. Mana regenerates pretty quickly as it is, at least for this class. That might change for different classes. Okay, so that spell right there, you can see that kind of weird purple bubble around that dude. That protects him from any magic coming in on him.
So you want to get him out of that.
You need to either get him out of it or get in it with him.
And fight him.
And use magic toe-to-toe with him. You can still... You can use your
it's like
ranged...
a halo bubble.
Yeah, it doesn't...
You just can't penetrate the circle.
Well, you can with your melee weapons by hitting Y I have the Fey Blades set to Y, so you can do that through there, but you can't like shoot your Hadouken magic through it.
Of course.
Yeah. So that is the end of the combat for that mission.